Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. It's Monday. I don't know about you guys. I am grateful that I woke up and had another great night's sleep. I woke up and God was still right here. I woke up and, you know, I live in America. I woke up in America. What a great day. I'm just grateful this morning. I hope you're grateful after yesterday's message, man. It's Wednesday. We're going to really dig into being grateful. It's going to be awesome. And then next Sunday, we're gonna pray for our kids. We're gonna have a kind of like a prayer service. It's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna teach on prayer, then we're gonna pray for them. We're gonna anoint them. I'm just excited about that. But anyway, today is Marketplace Monday. Monday. I want you to do me a favor. In the chat, I would like for y'all to put in one thing that you get most out of Marketplace Monday. Why you like Marketplace Monday? What's one thing you get out of Marketplace Monday? Maybe one thing Marketplace Monday has been as a benefit to you. I don't know, whatever. Just give me a thought about Marketplace Monday, and I'll tell you why next week. I'm asking you to do this, but I'm going to go through and read all of these, and it's going to help me. I'm praying to God about some direction for Marketplace Monday, but I want to know what Marketplace Monday has meant to you. It could be a word, it could be a sentence, it could be a paragraph, how it's helped you. Has it helped you? Why you look forward to it? Why do you join? The people, we got about 30 to 50 people that join every Monday. They're always here. Very, very consistent. They're here at least 2 to 3 times a month. We got others that are here every single time we start the show. So I'm just curious to know why and what makes it different for you. Amen. So listen, I want to get started today. And today on Marketplace Monday, I want to talk about why being easy to work with is a superpower. Why being easy to work with is a superpower. Because we got to remember in the workplace, and especially over the last several weeks, we've talked about habits that help people grow in their careers, right? That's really what we've been talking about. Becoming the go-to person. That was a show that we did. Building trust. When you're looking for an employee and you're an employer, there's nothing greater than being able to trust somebody. Trust is the number one thing every employer looks for. Can I trust you with my truck? Can I trust you with my time? Can I trust you with my tools? But most of all, can I trust you with my customers, right? Because it costs an owner a lot of money to get a customer. So can you be trusted, right? Can you lead without a title? Or is the only time you can lead or do anything is with a title? We talked about why your attitude matters, right? Those are all very important things. But today, what I want to do is I want to talk about something that doesn't usually appear on a resume, but it's something that leaders notice immediately. And that is, are you easy to work with? Are you somebody that's easy to work with, easy to get along with? I think about, and I'll give you guys, because a lot of y'all know me from church, so I'll give you guys a church one. Brother Leroy. Brother Leroy, some people say, well, it's funny in churches, it's all, well, that's pastor's guy. That's it. Brother Leroy's just easy to work with, right? He's easy to do ministry with, right? I don't think the man's been in our ministry now for, I want to probably say 7 or 8 years, he and Alta. I don't ever remember having an ism and a schism with him. I mean, really, I don't. We flow well together. It's funny, God put us together. It's interesting, right? But one thing I want to tell you is, being easy to work with is something that's very important. And here's why, and something I've learned over the years. If you have 2 people with similar skills, I'm almost always choosing the one who communicates well, number 1, who stays positive, number 2, and who makes the team better. Write those 3 things down. I'm choosing the one that communicates well, means they have emotional intelligence. We're going to talk about that a little bit, right? Who communicates well. All this ghetto stuff you see on Facebook. Oh, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to get in his face. Man, people don't want drama in their workplaces, period. I'm just telling y'all. And ghetto is not a black term. It could be ghetto, into projects. It could be ghetto into trailer parks. It goes both ways. Ghetto is ghetto, right? Somebody that's positive. You don't have to worry about how they're going to show up. You know they're going to show up every day ready to work, even if things aren't going well for them. They respect and honor their job and their position, right? And then somebody who makes the team better, who, really cares about the team. So that's important too. Hold on one second. Let me see something. Okay. Oh, there she is. Today's Ashley's birthday. Let's give a shout out to Ashley. Happy birthday, Miss Ashley. Anyway, I wanted to say that. So let's get into this today. Point number 1. Write this down. People remember the experience of working with you. People remember the experience. Think about the people you've enjoyed working with, right? Probably wasn't because they knew everything, right? It wasn't, they were the most talented. They were the best at what they did. It probably was because they listened. See, when we think about communication, I say communication first. It's not talking, it's listening. Do they listen well? Do they become a listener? You want to elevate who you are in the workplace. You want to elevate yourself. Annie, you just started your new business. You want to elevate yourself as a business owner. Learn to listen to your people. Learn to listen. Do they respect others? That's what you remember about them. They respect other people. They stayed calm when things got shaky, right? They were a person that always helped the team, right? They didn't create unnecessary conflict or just drama, right? I mean, everything I read when I'm reading about, what Gallup says, right? What Barna says, right? What Harvard Business Review say, they all say the same thing. And that is that strong workplace relationships contribute, listen to this, to higher engagement and better team performance. Higher engagement and better team performance. So remember this, write this down. People may forget what you did, but they rarely forget what it was like working with you. People may forget all the things that you've done, but rarely do they forget what it's like working with you. Okay? Point number 2. This is the one I wanted to get to today. Emotional intelligence is a career advantage. Emotional intelligence, write that down, put it in the chat. Emotional intelligence is a career advantage. Emotional intelligence simply means understanding your emotions and managing them well. Now, what does that practically mean, Pastor? And somebody write these things down because this is the most important point today. Listen before reacting. That's number 1. Listen before reacting. Notice I said listen. Don't listen to respond. Listen. Listen to what they're saying. Don't formulate your thoughts, your opinions, and what you're going to say while you're listening. That's not listening. Listen to what they say. Stay calm under pressure. Maybe they're saying things that affect you, things that bother you, things you don't agree with. Stay calm. Read the room. Read the room. And then respond instead of exploding. Respond instead of exploding. People with emotional intelligence don't avoid difficult conversations. People that have emotional intelligence do not avoid difficult conversations. What do? They simply handle them better. They simply handle them better. You want to become really, really good. You want to become really, really valuable. You want to become a leader. You want to become somebody that people respect and admire. Be a person that confronts situations, circumstances, and people with emotional intelligence. Amen? Write this down. Your emotional intelligence, right? Your emotional control, if you will, often determines your professional credibility. Your emotional control, your ability to control yourself often determines your professional credibility. Okay? Point number 3, learn to disagree without creating division. Man, some people just cannot disagree without taking their ball and going home. Let me say that again. Some people cannot disagree without taking their ball and going home. Healthy teams don't agree on everything, right? Different ideas are healthy. Disrespect is not. Different ideas are healthy. Disrespect is not. Great professionals know how to say, I see it differently, right? Hey man, I appreciate what you're saying there, Leroy, but you know what, man, I see that differently, right? They know how to say that without making someone feel attacked, right? Harvard Business Review says it this way. Emphasize when you are disagreeing, healthy disagreement, for instance, strengthens teams when it's built on respect. Watch this, and psychological safety. Respect and what does that mean? Psychological safety. That the person's not going to be attacked. The person's not going to be berated. The person's not going to be talked down to because they think differently. Allow a person to have an opinion. You don't have to win every argument to earn respect. You don't have to win every argument to earn respect. That's simply all there is to it. Amen? Point number 4 for today. Relationships open doors that skills cannot. Relationships open doors that skills alone cannot, right? Here's something many people overlook. People enjoy working with people they trust. People enjoy working with people they trust. And they often recommend people they enjoy working with. Think about promotions. Think about special projects. Think about leadership opportunities. Many of them begin with someone saying, man, I'd like to work with them again. Or I'd like to just work with them, period. Relationships don't replace confidence. Relationships does not replace competence. It doesn't. But they often multiply opportunities, right? People want competent people, but people also want people they can work with, people they like working with, people they want to be around. So write this down. Your relationships often determine the size of your opportunities. Your relationships often determine the size of your opportunities. Last one for today. Write this down. Make people better after every interaction. Make people better after every interaction. Before every conversation, ask yourself, when this conversation is over, will people feel encouraged? Will they feel respected? Will they feel heard? And will they feel appreciated? Write that down, y'all. After this conversation, will people feel encouraged? Will people feel respected? Will people feel heard? Or will people feel appreciated? Listen, sometimes you got to have difficult conversations with people. And sometimes encouraging somebody isn't always patting them on the head. Sometimes it's giving them a haircut when they need a haircut and letting them go home and think about it. As long as you respect them, right? Hey, listen, you've not lived up to this standard we talked about. Now, I love you. I appreciate you, right? I love you. I appreciate you, but that is not the standard in which we agreed upon. I not only love you and I respect you, I appreciate you. But I don't know what's going on at home, but you seem to kind of drop down on the standard, right? Because that kind of person is the kind of person everyone wants on their team. The person that really can make people, even when you're giving them Lakeisha called it a shave, a haircut, or, if you have to correct somebody, you still don't have to make them feel bad, right? Especially if you're in ministry. not in business. In business, sometimes you're paying people, that can be a little bit different. But in ministry, you should always let somebody know, even when they're not holding the standard, that you love them, you appreciate them, you're thankful for them. But man, this is what we're trying to do. This is what God is trying to do. Amen. So here's what I want to tell you in closing. This week, what I want to do is I want to challenge you with one simple question. When people see your name in the meeting invitation, do they smile or do they sigh? When people see your name in the meeting invitation, do they smile or do they sigh? That's an honest measurement of the experience you create for others. Be a person who brings solutions. Be a person who brings encouragement. Be a person that brings calm. Be a person that brings respect. Because sometimes your greatest career advantage isn't being the smartest person in the room. It's being the person everyone wants in the room. Amen. Listen, next week we're going to talk about one habit that will change your career. Next week we're going to talk about one habit that you can put into your toolkit, that you can put into your arsenal that will absolutely change your career. Listen, thank you for joining today, man. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'm thankful for all of you that join and participate. And until We Wednesday, let me tell you what we're doing. On We Wednesday this week, I know we said we were going to get on to the kids. We really need to do that. So we're going to talk about kids and going back to school and preparing for all our parents. But the following week, we're going to do a singles recap. Amen. I want to go back and do a singles recap. So I love you. I love you. I love you. Until Wednesday, Pastor Nick saying, enjoy life.